Speech recognition has been very convenient in the past several years, but it hasn't always been that way. We haven't always had Siri like we do now. It started off small and it has grown to something exponential. A little bit about the history of speech recognition. It started in the 1950s with Bell Laboratories. They created the Audrey system. The Audrey system, however, could only understand digits spoken by one person. And then 10 years later, IBM created the shoebox machine, which could understand 16 words of the English language. And then, with the help of the Department of Defense, they created the Carnegie-Mellon's heartbeat speech understanding system. And this system was able to understand a little over 1,000 words, and it was helped with officials to look up documents in their files. And then you move on to, in the 1980s is when it was actually introduced commercially through major large companies and specialized industries like the medical field, with their documents in the hospitals and then in doctors' offices. And that's where it kind of plateaued, because when you would speak to it, you had to speak in like broken up sentences for it to really understand you. Like with Val by Bell South, it was a information to its customers with whatever you said on the phone. And that's really where it was paused for a while until Google came into play and they added their contributions by they were able to get information onto small devices, the voice recognition system onto small devices, because on a phone there's a small keypad. And if you have big hands like my uncle, it's hard to type on those keypads, and it's easier to just speak into the phone, and they have to understand you clearly. And they also have a huge database that's able to store and record different words to understand and process them more frequently. And that's where we are really today with Siri, with Dragon Natural Speaking. Dragon Natural Speaking is a program that you can put onto your computer, and you can basically operate your entire computer with emails, reports on your computer by just using your voice. Today now, these are all the major industries that use voice recognition system. You have transportation, communication, the education system, the prisons, the courthouses, medical field uses it a lot as well. And it's to do trainings and to do your communications with marketing. It helps a lot with everyday duties throughout the work industry. This is a graph shown from Dragon Natural Speaking. It is the program that you can put on your computer, and it just gives how the accuracy of the words that you speak into the program, how accurate it is with what is actually put onto the screen. So if they delete words, or if when you speak into the computer, if it's able to understand you enough to actually replicate what you're saying. And this is how accurate it is. It's been above 94%, and it's been growing. It's actually one of the top programs that we sell today. This slide shows how voice recognition is used in the medical field when they enter in patients' information or prescriptions, diagnosis. This shows that the green represents the corrected words that they have spoken into the program, and the program has actually understood them. The yellow shows the substitution words. The purplish fuchsia color shows the inserted words that the program thought that they said but they did not really say. And the blue represents the deleted words that the program wasn't able to recognize. And it has grown. It's really good with this program, the Dragon Medical Software from Newton's. It's a really good program that's used in a lot of medical industries. And then for the future, how I see or what I've seen is that this voice recognition system can enhance to recognizing your body language, your facial expressions. If you've ever watched Star Trek, there's an android on there called Data. And he is a full machine, but he picks up on people's facial expressions, their voice vibrations to see, and he feels, or not feels, but understands that something is wrong with them. And that's how voice recognition systems are progressing to. And then they would understand and respond to jokes like with Siri. If you give her a witty remark, she will come back with the same witty remark as well. Like if you ask her where to hide a body, she'll tell you in the Everglades. And then also recognize empathy and emotions. You could be talking on the phone and you wouldn't realize that you've been talking to a machine the entire time, because the way that the voice recognition system is today, they've advanced the program that it sounds like an actual human. And how I see it in the very far future would be again on Star Trek, on the Enterprise starship. They have a computer system that can make you food, heat up your water, tell you where a certain person is on the ship by just saying a command. So if you watch science fiction, it's a really good preview of what the future holds based with voice recognition, like with Star Trek, and with iRobot. It's all artificial intelligence that is going to be so advanced it can really help our society and build. And that's what I think about voice recognition.